I don't know if anybody's going to find me attractive. I am 8 months pregnant, but you're also Megan Good. You could have green skin and people still would try to holla. Stay tuned as we discuss episode 4 of Harlem. All right, welcome to another episode of Clear Hair. We are discussing episode 4 of Harlem, since they only give 2 episodes at a time. Thanks for Williams. That's who's one of the producers on the show. Thank you for that. So we're gonna spend about 5 minutes, like we did other episodes, discussing each one. Thank you guys so much for your support. Definitely stay tuned for my Valentine's Day special next Wednesday. I'm so excited to share with you guys. And of course, Comic-Con Orlando vlog hitting on Monday. Definitely get your nerd hat on. I will try to give you guys as much entertainment as possible. So first things first, let's go to Camille. Camille is now 32 weeks pregnant, and they have sped up the timeline. Okay. I don't know if that was like on purpose so they can like moving along, but so we're 8 months into the future. Somehow between episodes 3 and 4, we have skipped to 8 months. So basically, they're going to their weekly things. You know, he stepped up as his baby daddy duties. So he stepped up, and so basically, at the end of the sonogram, she's like, "Oh, did you want to catch breakfast or blah blah?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, I got to get back to Portia." So she's eating by herself. Basically, she goes to the girl. She's like, "Oh, I want some male attention. You know, I tried going on the dating apps, which to me, I ain't gonna hold you. At 8 months to go on a dating app, you only gonna get the freaks." I'm sorry. Can I say that? Okay. I'll stop. I'll hold on. But you're not gonna get anybody good at 8 months. Like, I would just focus on other things, you know. Like, I get it, you know, you want male attention, but I would just focus on other things. Like, I would rather, maybe I might start writing music again. Like, I'll start playing piano again. I'll start painting again. I'll figure something out. Okay. Like, getting male attention at 8 months is wild, because you're not gonna be able to focus on that in the next 3 months. Okay, so anyway, so there's a Lamaze class. Basically, it's a birthing class, which to me, I feel like all that's gonna go out the window once that pain hit that back. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, okay, so basically, I didn't know this, but there's a single mother Lamaze class, and there's like a couple of Lamaze class. I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of like, this is good, but it's also kind of like, it's good that you guys differentiated, but it's also kind of trifling, because like, how dare you? Oh, the single one the father left you over there, that class is up the street. Like, what? Like, I know you're not supposed to listen with your triggers, but I feel some type of way. I don't have any kids, but like, that would make you feel some type of way if me and the dude I had a kid with didn't work out. They're just like, "Oh, there's a special class for your lonely," I can't say that. So anyways, so that happens where she calls Ian, and she's like, "Hey, the Lamaze class started, blah, blah." And so he doesn't reply back till hours later, and she's at home. She's at Quinn's house, you know, having a spritzer. And he texts her, he says, "My bad." She's like, "Okay, bet." So in walks Cisco. Nothing scandalous. But basically in walks Cisco. So Cisco is Quinn Seth's friend, which is Seth, who was dating Quinn. So in walks Cisco, and like he said, "Oh, well, don't go anywhere," because he was gonna be the third wheel. It's like, "Oh, you should stay so I don't have to be the third wheel, you know, someone as beautiful as you." I'm like, I'm not with the belly. Okay. He was like, "Someone as beautiful as you should not be by yourself tonight, blah, blah." So while they're having a game, they're having fun, they're playing charades. Of course, Ian calls, which, like I said, I put on here, men have a radar when you've moved on. They do. They have a radar when you moved on. I don't care. And so basically afterwards, Cisco walks her up to her house, and like Ian comes on. He's like, "Who the bleep is that person?" I'm just like, not you and the pastry chef over here playing with your fondant in front of my face, but you're mad about me talking to somebody. Get it together. So basically outside, she has a conversation with Ian. She's like, "Hey, you know, at one point we were best friends. Like, I would love to catch a breakfast with you, blah, blah. You know, you're basically a part-time father," which, like I said, like with men, like that's why I said, I know the phrase is "we're pregnant," but women, we're pregnant 9 months before you are. Okay, so like with her saying basically, like, I have to be a parent 24/7. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep. I have to be a parent 24/7. It's like, okay, I'll do better, and you got to be forgiving of me that I'm not gonna be perfect. Which I'm just like, maturity, because I would be like, "You better get your," you know. But that's pretty much how they leave off. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Quinn and Seth. So Quinn and Seth are still friends with benefits, and he's like, hey, I have a photo shoot with Ebony. The theme is Black Love. What's your ID? And she's like, oh, there should be, like she states like the whole direction of how she wants the the photo shoot to go. There should be like, a couple, they're together and they have the kids, and just to show like the Black love. And like he had her on speaker, so basically Ebony's like, okay, we love the theme, and that's what the theme they go for the photo shoot. So she was like, hey, with this photo shoot, because it's gonna be the cover of Ebony magazine, with this photo shoot, we are going to be considered a public couple. Are you good with that? And he's like, yeah. I put on here, Kofi is photogenic and we hate him. You ever see somebody and they're like every angle, they can post from every angle? Like, I was like, me, if I do certain angles, like this is not, like, Kofi is what I consider, he's what I consider photogenic, and I literally have him there. We hate him for this. Okay, how dare you be photogenic? It's only with people who are bone attracted. Like me, I had some straggly years. I had some where the face was loading, baby. The face was loading. But basically, he's very photogenic. I have him there. So when Quinn was describing to Camille, she was like, Camille's like, what type of relationship do you have? It's like, oh, we're exclusively non-exclusive. I was like, ooh, don't play that game with me. It's either we're dating or we in a relationship. I don't do exclusively non-exclusive. I'll hurt your feelings. All right? Because if you see me on a date with somebody else, I thought we were exclusively non-exclusive. I don't know what that means. Either we are dating or we in a relationship. There's no in between for me. Okay? I'm black or white. There's no gray area. So that's why when she said exclusively non-exclusive, I was like, the reason why you shouldn't be exclusively non-exclusive, because that leaves a lot of room for error, a lot of room for hurt feelings. Because now, if you see him out with somebody you don't like, you can't step to him and be like, oh my God, who was that? And then vice versa, if he sees you with somebody he don't like, or someone he knows personally, like, he can't step to you. Like, it leaves like a lot of window, a lot of room for error. So I would say no. I would say no. Do not do that to yourself. I have on here too. So basically, when they're, pillow talk, and he says it first, as he should. I'll tell as your big sister, I'll tell everybody, make sure he says it first. So basically says, I love you a lot. And then she's like, oh, I love you a lot. Right. And so, they share a lot of I love yous, and then like his phone starts ringing in the middle of the night. And I'm just like, I mean, it's not Jake from State Farm. It's a woman. And it was. So he's like, he picks up the phone. He's like, oh, what's up, Sabrina? What's up, Sabrina? I was with Quinn, right? So he names her, right? He's like, oh, I was just with Quinn. And then he's just like, okay, well, I'll see you when I catch my flight. I love you. And so she's looking like, oh my God, it's not exclusive. I was like, what did you expect? He over here making exclusively non-exclusive. Dang, that must be French for dumb. Mm-hmm. Either we're, like I said, so there's no hurt feelings on both sides. Either we're one getter or we're not two getter. Okay? One or two. A or B. Like, that's how hurt feelings that's how hurt feelings take place, because now she's like, well, he said I love you to somebody else. I was like, listen. Okay? As someone who didn't grow up with that, because I know Haitians, when it comes to saying I love you, like, I think I had to look it up, how to say I love you in Creole. And because they don't use it. Like, it's not how you grow up with it, right? So to me, when I hear somebody say it, I have to know this person is truly mean. Are they mean it, or I kind of question them a little bit, So to me, when it comes to, that's why, I take those words very seriously. When you say when I say I love somebody, it means that if there was a choice between either I lived or you lived, I would choose you to live instead. That list is very short. That list is very short. And I'm a very honest person. So I feel like with him just throwing around, like when he said, I love you a lot, I was just like, I already knew off rip it was on some BS, because number one, we about to go to sleep. You say whatever you about to say before you go to sleep. And then number two, it's too early and you guys are still not exclusive. Like, I truly feel like God ate when he said you should only be focused on your other partner. It's in the Bible. Because of the fact that you can truly have that intimacy with a person. I feel like they're the thing that's missing from the relationship. They don't really truly have intimacy in the relationship. Okay, even though they're intimate with each other. So we're gonna talk about Tye and Eva. Tell you that was her name. So basically, they're doing their pillow talk as well. And they're doing pillow talk as well. And so Tye finally gives Eva a drawer, and she was saying how, like, I really feel comfortable with you here. I don't want to see you leave in the morning. People are annoying, which I like that she put that, because I think that's the reason why I can say that I like people, but then again, I don't like people. Does that make any sense? Because people are annoying. It's very easy for me to get annoyed by somebody, because people do not read social cues. If you peep that somebody is not happy with what you said or what you did, stop doing those things. But people don't have that. They don't have that level. They don't have that level of clarity there. Why won't you not? Why can't you pick up on that sign? So anyways, as they're working that later on that day, as they're going to work, Eva's like, hey, I need your help with A, B, and C. And she's like, and then Tye goes and helps her. And she's like, oh, okay, that's how you fix it. And then Ty's like, oh, okay, well, actually, Eva, I can use your advice on something. So this is where things take a turn. So Eva goes to Tye. She's like, actually, all this is wrong. Can you fix A, B, C, blah, blah? And so Tye starts getting defensive. Like I said before, when someone's defensive about criticism, that means their parents ripped them a new one whenever they did something wrong. Okay. And so basically, Tye dismissed Eva and said, oh, you can go. Basically she dismisses her. And I feel like, to me, I felt triggered because I'm very much a straight shooter. So I feel like if I'm stepping to you, and I always do it with love, if I'm stepping to you about an issue that I feel like you should work on, or I feel like you have asked me my opinion on, and I give you my opinion and you don't like it, I'm not going to talk to you very much longer, because that's part of my character is truly being bluntly honest and letting you know what time it is. So there's never I wonder how I am with Claire right now. What's her relationship? You will always know. You're always going to know. So I felt for Eva in that moment. So basically Eva ends up opening the door to Tye, and Tye's really remorseful, sorry for dismissing you. And Eva's just like, oh, well, if you can't take my criticism, my constructive criticism, you're not used to people coming at you and telling you the truth. You're used to a bunch of yes men. I'm about to go back and forth. And so Tye starts professing her love to her and being like, hey, I love you, and I really feel like, I like having you around. And there's I think she was telling the girls later on that there's some days where they don't even do anything, they just hang out, they're really just besties, blah blah. And so Eva says it back. So it was a really good moment, like I said. And then Tye shares with the girls as well that she's considering flying to Georgia to make amends with her family, or just at least entertaining the idea, because like I said, 10 years is a long time to not talk to someone. And to me, I feel like if I can state from a psychological perspective, I feel like a lot of people always think, okay, 10 years is a long time not talking to someone. I feel like if you can get past the first year, you cannot talk to somebody for a very long time. The first year, there's going to be a lot of push and pull of you want to go back. Should I talk to this person? Should I open the relationship or not? But I truly feel like that's why a lot of men, you'll notice a lot of men who you try to break up with, women do it too, but men especially, they have little radar. They'll try to get you in that first year that y'all break up to try to make you run it back. Because if you teach me to go through 4 seasons, several different holidays without you, I don't need you that second year. So I feel like it's the same thing. I truly feel like she should not be with Eva. I say it again, stand by it. I feel like she shouldn't be with Eva because her family, we don't know what's going to be the result of her connecting with her family. Because I know it's going to come to a head, where she ends up going back with her family. They have good chemistry. I feel like this is the first time I've watched this season. I want to say I watched all seasons of Harlem, and this is the first time I can see Tye's actually smiling. Does that make any sense? I feel like before it was just more she's just kind of with this person, kind of even with even with the last season, that the connection that she made, this one truly feels like she's with her equal. She's with her person. However, it's all about timing. I feel like people always think, oh, I want to fall in love. It's like, make sure you pray for the right timing. So the final one is going to be Angie. Come to find out, she's a Leo. At least on the show she is, because so basically she has the girls trip when Tiffany Haddish character, she put pills in her bum, and basically there's a song called I Put Pills in My Bum, and she's practicing to do it, and so like Mike is just like, hey, basically he presents her with his black card, which I'm just like, dang, it's like right there. It's like right there. But he presents her with his black card, and he's basically saying, oh, no wife of mine will ever have to worry about money, basically he's alluding that, you're gonna be my wife one day. I want you to be taken seriously. You're gonna be my wife one day. I want you to be taken seriously. But I also feel like he's saying you're gonna be my wife one day. So I feel like, you can stop all that now. You don't got to do all that. That's like if someone came up to me and was like, okay, you can stop clear hair now. I have $1 billion. You can stop that now. Like, basically this is like something she's passionate about. Like, she finally got this role. Like I said, throughout the season, like it's always been a push 2 steps forward, 3 steps back with Angie's character of being able to get a role, to be able to get a role. So like, basically he gives her his black card, and I feel like low key it was a test from him, because I feel like he's dated plenty of gold digger women who only want him for his money. So I feel like it was low key kind of like a test to see if she was going to just take it, which she doesn't, because she was just like, oh, you make me want to be humble. Leos are humble about nothing. I was like, it makes sense why I like the character, because you already know 724 Leo all day. That's what he is. So that actually makes a lot of sense why she's over the top. But I'm just like, is that how people see me? I was like, is that how people see me? Am I really that bad? Am I the drama? I think I is. Am I the drama? Oh no. So basically with that being said, they end up coming to a compromise where he's just like, she's like, I still want to do it. So she basically puts the black card on his face, and I'm just like, I know that's right. But me personally, if I was in her perspective, I would have took the black card, and then I would have gave it back after I was done using it. We about to be married, right? We about to be married. But I did like the fact that like she still stood her own, because like I said, it's very easy as women for us to just take on our men's personality, our men's like whole thing. Like men, you'll see that men won't change themselves, but women will definitely change. Okay, let me start getting into sports. Let me start getting into basketball, specifically football. Let me start going to race car driving or car shows or whatever. Let me get into boating. Like, it's very easy for us to take on our man's persona. Like, for example, like with Kim Kardashian, like all of a sudden she started wearing braids because she's with Kanye, so she felt like she had to take on that persona of, black woman, okay, hairstyle wise. Well, allegedly. So like, I feel like we have a tendency to do that. So I love the fact that she has her own thing going for her, which like I said, like to me, I feel like I can coincide with that. Like, I like the fact that, no matter what happens, no matter, marriage, baby, whatever, like I still want to maintain Claire. Doesn't make any sense. And I feel like it's a really good example of the fact that here's this man with this black card. Fun fact about the black card, for you to get a black card, you have to minimum be making $1 million. Gonna hold that there. That pauses for how much money that is. Like, you have to minimum be making $1 million to get a black card cleared from your account. Cleared from your bank to do that for you. So that means he's making bank. I mean, the $50,000 deposit that got cleared from the last episode was an indicator of that, but for a black card. But I feel like it's also like, this is why I love them together, because it's pushing him to think like, dang, I have to actually dig deep and actually have a conversation, actually do things. But I feel like in the past, like the girls he's dated in the past, like I said, he's got the country club cackle down pat. And I feel like girls in the past, they've been able to just give them the card and they dip away, but this one's different. And I feel like that's why he wants to marry her anyways, because he's like, the people who, even with me, like people who never ask for help, I'm quick to help them. Like, hey Claire, I know I never asked you for help. Can you help me with this? I'm running. But the people who every day like time and time again, like they always need some help. No. Okay, but overall this one, I like this episode 4 felt more paced. I felt like there was more, I feel like it was even, I feel like it was fair. It wasn't the Camille and Ian show. Okay. I am excited to see the more episodes, but like we gonna drag this to Valentine's Day. Like, come on baby, all right? But don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.